Hey, what's up, everybody? We have another live stream of Red versus Blue Gamification Platform. Right now, it's just me, but Jerry's on his way. So wait for him. We'll run the intro and wait for him to jump on, and we'll get to it. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. Again, I kind of feel like Garth. If you ever watched Wayne's World, and I don't remember if it's Wayne's World 1 or 2, when I think it was 2 when Wayne decided to leave the show, and Garth was sitting there going, "This isn't cool. I'm not happy," and he's sitting there on the camera by himself. But anyway, I'm used to doing live streams. But I'm gonna go ahead and Jerry's gonna run the game. So in the meantime, um, I'm just going to talk a little bit about Red versus Blue while he jumps on. And I see we already have some viewers, and so I'll take questions real quick. And oh, well, there we go. Not a question, but happy birthday, Gary. So there you go. We're saying happy birthday live. I wish I had some sort of cool overlay or something like that to do a happy birthday thing, but I don't have that. So you said the game will get tired if the game runs. All right. So real quick about Red versus Blue. So what we're doing here on the show is we are, and this is the wrong. Why does it say offensive security tactics on all? Oh, I guess that's the name that Jerry gave to this. I was making sure I was on the right stream. But so the Red versus Blue that we're running is the pro version. This is the version that has the portal, and it's got the educational material around it. The pro version also has the coming up next month, or this coming month, later this month, actually. I forgot we're already in April. So we'll have labs to some of the educational material. We have the IR tabletop exercise modules for those of you that want to run the IR tabletop exercises. And so, but I know that on our Discord channel, as well as and if you want to join our Discord, I think we have that right here. I think, is this our Discord? Or is that Jerry's? I'm pretty sure that's our Discord channel. So we have been talking about the possibility of adding in actual campaigns for the single player and for single player mode campaigns. Well, I'm pretty sure that'll be available on the Steam version as well as the pro version. And we are also right now running there's a sale, like I think it's the spring sale for Red versus Blue on Steam. So if you want the Steam version, I think it's like $8 right now. Hey, Jerry's joining us now. All right,
there you go.
All
Hopefully
right.
you got my audio.
Yeah, I was telling everybody, I don't know if you saw it, I was telling everybody, I felt like in Wayne's World when Wayne leaves the show and Garth is sitting there by himself and he's like, "This isn't cool. I'm not happy." So, but all right.
I appreciate that. I had just a minute there to get sorted out.
So one of these days I want to guest host without you there on Simply Cyber. I think that will go well.
Okay. Yeah. Let's schedule that out sometime in the future.
In the never.
I have had a hostile takeover episode one time. It went okay, but like halfway through the production, I took it back over. So
really, like a hostile takeover.
I mean, it was scheduled. It was I was going to be the guest, and Josh Mason took over and ran the stream. But I'm such a type A control freak that halfway through the stream, I just like started interviewing myself. Like I tried to let go, Clint.
Did you pucker up a little bit whenever I started this stream without you today, or?
I didn't realize you started the stream without me until I got in here and saw what was going on. You could see I'm logged in through the ThreatGEN, so I actually have control over the administrator portal too. So it appears we both can log in and have administrator power.
I'm feeling the power too.
Yeah. So I wanted to, as the title of this episode would indicate, offensive security tactics on oil and gas refinery. I was trying not to have the YouTube algorithm abuse us. It was originally titled, "Let's see if we can take down an oil and gas refinery." But I tried to go a little bit different. Hey, Carrie, good to see you.
Shadow banned.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and click play and single player. Actually, hold on. Do we want can you hear the music?
Go into the settings, turn it down a little bit.
Okay, hold on one second.
That's good right there, I think.
How's that?
Yeah.
Carrie, let me know in chat if you can hear this okay. All right. I think we're good. I'm going to play
Turn the sound
single
effects.
player. Go.
Turn the sound effects down.
The same?
Yeah, that's good right there. They're fine.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to go red team, oil and gas refinery.
The big
Wish
one.
me luck.
And I'm not going to help you much because I don't want to be going over any of my tactics that I'm going to use against you on Friday.
Okay, so we are playing red versus blue cybersecurity simulation gamification platform made by ThreatGEN. I am going to be a red team offensive security APT threat, and my plan is to take down this oil and gas refinery. Now, I'm looking in here to see what the win conditions are. I can win the game by achieving any of the following: damaging the blue team's industrial control systems, getting the blue team's P&L meter into the red for 5 consecutive turns, okay, and exfiltrating data. Okay, so I'm going for denial of service and P&L loss. That's the win condition I want to do. Okay, so I've got my objective. I know what my strategy is. I'm going in. So you can see, because we're a red team operator, we don't have any visibility over what our target looks like right now. All we have is we're on the internet somewhere. Okay, so let's take a look on our first turn. Just as a real quick reminder, across the top you can see these are our resources. Basically, we're a hacker team of 5 pen testers. So, if one pen tester is doing recon, they're committed to that activity and they can't do other things until they finish that activity. I'm not sure, Clint, what are we looking at here through the interface?
This is just your location. It's really, it only lets you know, and this for both the blue team and the red team have the same purpose. You click here to remind you, am I remote or am I for the red team, am I remote? Am I on site at the target, or am I in jail? For the blue team, it lets you know whether you're in IR mode or standard mode. I mean, you could see that also in the blue team by the mode indicator at the bottom center interface, but with the red team, this lets you know.
Yeah, and Clint, across the top left, we see my hacker, human resources, if you will. What is level 1 indicating?
That's the level of your hardware. And right now there are 2 levels, and I think I'm going to add like a 3rd and 4th level to get you additional resources and make it easier. We originally needed ways for the red team to be able to increase the resources, so upgrading your hardware was one. So that's the kind of the example of, like, your resources are not literally just people. It's a combination of all the things you have at your disposal to include your hardware power, the amount of staff, etc.
Okay, so let's look at what we can actually do on our turn. Okay, we can do OSINT, which I'm going to do because that is fundamental step 1 of any cyber kill chain. So I'm not even going to continue looking, right? I'm going to do OSINT. You can see that took one of my 5 resources, and the action queue shows that it's in progress. And I want to point out that it's going to take, you can see 2 days, right? So it's 2 days of that resource being committed to doing OSINT. That's fine. Let's put the rest of our team to work. We can do physical recon, again, OSINT, or it's not really OSINT, but it's reconnaissance. It's the first step. So I want to commit that. And now I've got 2 more resources. Let me look at what I can see. You can see the things in green are accessible and the things in red are not. It's a little early to upgrade my rig and recruit hackers. I'm going to do some research. Get better, right? I'm going to get on that Google, and I'm going to find some skills and get better at it. Let's check out what we can research. Lots of different things we can spend our time on. Because we're still just getting in here, I'm going to try cross-site scripting. It's a popular technique for web application pen testing. All of my resources are fully used right now, so there's nothing left for me to do except complete my turn. Now it's going to be the blue team's turn, and the AI, the active adversary, is taking its turn right now. Blue team has completed their turn. I don't know what they're doing. All I know is what I'm doing. Okay, you can see I still have 0 resources available because my my hacker team is busy working, right? So I'm going to go grab a coffee, no big deal, and think up my next plan. I'm operating under the premise that I'm going to try to win by denying the oil and gas company their capability, their resources, basically drive their business out of business. All right, here we go. Cross-site scripting research completed. So we've got those skills. You can see in the notification menu, anytime there's some kind of game state change, it lets us know. We've completed our recon, both physical and open source. So we've got some intel. You can see our whole team is back, so we're ready to commit more resources. Now, as far as looking at our network, we're going to do a host scan from the internet. Basic stuff. Probably should have done that on my first turn. Let's continue doing... Oh, I couldn't do it. Okay.
Right.
I couldn't do it because I had to unlock the skill in the skill tree, right?
Yeah, we should probably have some little Easter egg that lets you do a host scan on your first turn, but then it like overloads you with data since you haven't done a refined OSINT search, and like you go into like negative resources or something.
That's pretty mean. So an attack campaign is a series of online social and engineering attacks that include social media, water and hole, etc. The blue team has several defense options that can make success more difficult. Ooh, okay. So this is more like getting endpoints, it seems like, which is okay. That's an entry point, especially with work from home workforce and COVID. So I'm going to commit some resources to that. Actually, this is going to work out really nicely. I'm going to do an email phishing campaign, which is like, 80% of attacks work with. And then I'm going to continue to do research so I can increase my ability to compromise successfully. What are we going to do? I'm going to do remote file inclusion. Actually, physical security. Okay. Actually, no. Because I'm more interested in DOSing these people, not... Yeah, I'm still going to do physical security. If you can get in all of the network controls, don't make a world of difference. Okay, we've got our... Oh, email phishing campaign was 4 resources? Dang, that's expensive. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Completed my first host scan. This is good. Let's see what we found. Ooh, wow. Look at all these assets we picked up, Clint. We got some 172.16 184s. Actually, they're all 160.
That's interesting. Yeah. So you probably got some remote users there, maybe a VPN, probably the external firewall.
Yeah. So we're going to do a port scan on each of these. Well, I don't know, guys. We only have one resource because our other resources are doing a email phishing campaign, so we can only do one. Let's do this. Let me look at the IP addresses. This is a little bit more nuanced of an attack, and I know might be hard to see, but...
So I will tell you, there's a slight... It's not a bug, it's just something in the game we haven't controlled. Right now, we don't differentiate between internal IP address and external IP address. So that's something we're working on correcting so that you'll see like, okay, if there's a firewall and a VPN, everything connected to the corporate network, you'll see one external IP address. If they're remote users, you'll see a different IP address, maybe completely different subnets. Right now, that's not the case. So this is not accurate. You're only seeing the internal IP addresses right now. So you're not able to distinguish anything other than the fact that you can tell probably a flat network on the inside.
Okay, so I'm seeing a flat network. Also, I guess to Clint's point, like in reality, if I was a real pen tester doing real work, I'm going to look at these IP addresses to see if there's some kind of subnet here. Like in my mind, I'm going to go with the .83 just because these are all, I mean, I'd have to do the subnetting to figure out which one's really the anomaly, but I'm going to go with the lowest one since I only have one resource and go for it. I'm about to free up resources with that email phishing campaign as well.
Those IP addresses will change, however, in game. They will change whenever inside network conditions change, like segmenting the network. So you can see what's on the same subnet by the IP address when they do that.
Okay. Looks like we've got a trophy here for our first attack campaign. Well done, team. We are the hackers. You can't stop us all. All right, we got a Windows computer. Why do I have... So, Clint, are my 4 resources committed to an ongoing phishing campaign?
Yes, a campaign is ongoing. A spear phishing is a one-off.
Damn. Okay. So it's possible that each turn my resources are going to generate some value. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got a Windows computer here, and it looks like we can look at it. Vulnerabilities identified. We have no vulnerabilities. We only have one resource, guys. So that's kind of rough for us to deal with right now.
I will tell you, I have noticed that the AI does focus on basic social engineering defense pretty quickly. I rarely get social engineering to work in the beginning of the game so easily. You can buff your chances of social engineering attacks, like social media and email campaigns, by researching human SE or human social engineering.
Okay, that's
no. I'm sorry, technical. Human SE is for on-site social engineering. Technical SE or electronic SE, I think it is for your campaigns.
Okay, good to know. We'll give the email phishing campaign 3 days, right, for our team to figure out something. And I feel like in reality, you would do 1 day briefing, 3 days of attacking, and then the 5th day of a work week would be debrief. So I'm okay with that.
On the 7th day, we rest.
Yeah. So check this out, guys. 2 of our machines that we had saw have disappeared. So they may have possibly been on VPN and they've dropped off. It doesn't mean that they've discovered us, right? We have found a network device, which is quite promising. I'm going to do service enumeration on it. See if we can get a target here. I'd love to take this thing over. Okay, here we go. Full recon complete. Come at me, bro. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Main firewall. Ooh. Okay. Okay, Clint. Feeling pretty good about knocking over this oil and gas refinery. Feel like we're gonna get the jewels.
Not until you find vulnerabilities.
Yeah, I gotta find vulnerabilities. Whoops. Let me close that. Don't need that open. All right, so what do I need to find these things? Create malicious USB, insider physical recon, pilfer data, recruit hackers. Okay. Okay, I need to understand. Okay, so it takes one resource to end the campaign. So I'm going to end the campaign now because I have found something quite juicy, and I'm pretty happy about that. So I'm going to end the campaign. You can see my resource went away, and the action queue is active. We're going to get all our resources back, which I'm super pumped about. Okay, campaign ended. That's fine. We got all our resources back, and now it's time to begin more work. So do I find, like, is there a vulnerability scanner, or is there some type of scanning I can do in here?
Well, it's vulnerability. Well, no. On the red team,
I need to look at this main firewall.
Yeah. Go back to your tree. All the way to the right.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, look at that. There's a whole tree I didn't know about. There we go. Okay. So we are going to hit this thing hard, right? So we're going to find public vulnerabilities. We are going to do some fuzzing. And we're going to do some research. Okay. Now we've found a couple devices. Let's see what we're thinking here, guys. We've got a couple different things going on. Some of these take longer than others to do. Let's see. Default creds, right? Those are always fun. Takes 1 turn. I'll get all my resources back. All right, I've got all my team fully committed. Let's dig in. What's up, InfoSet, Brett?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to he said it's $7.49. Yeah, okay, it's on sale on Steam, but I also want to give a shout out to InfoSec Brett. He has a really good channel. You want to post your link there in chat, Brett? I'll broadcast it. It's really good channel. He covers like SOC analyst type stuff, and it's the operational side. I would say it's complementary to Simply Cyber, and that he covers just a lot of like operational stuff and techniques, and he evaluates different products and stuff like that. So really good channel.
All right.
And a follower of ThreatGEN. So
yeah, I'll check out InfoSec, Brett. I love connecting with other cybersecurity YouTubers. Okay, we found a new vulnerability. That's great. We found, we did some research on default creds, which basically means, see, this is one of the things where in the game, it doesn't necessarily translate perfectly to in-world, but basically we have increased the likelihood of our chances of successfully compromising default creds. And the way that I would transfer this into the real world is like finding default creds, being able to Google and find, you know, this Siemens device's default creds, digging through the manual and documentation and stuff like that. We also found some public vulnerabilities, so we are good. All right, so ooh, guys, now look at this shield. This shield with the fire, right? That probably isn't good for them. How do I zoom in? I want to zoom in on this. Oh well, guess I'm not zooming in today. So this means the asset has at least 1 advanced research. Cool. That's bad English. This asset has at least 1 advanced researched.
Yeah, that's a typo. Our Greg, our SQA analyst, you didn't catch that one, or if you did, I didn't correct it. It's most likely okay. I didn't correct it.
So this is unfortunate. It's going to take my entire team to take down this main firewall. From the action queue, I got to figure out... Oh my god, get out of here. How do I close this? Hold on 1 second. How do I... Oh, press the close button. All right, so I'm still fuzzing. So I need to use my 3 resources on a 1-turn thing because basically I want to attack this main firewall and I can't do it until next turn.
By the way, Greg is watching. He's chatting with me now on the back channel, making a bug card for us in Jira, and that's funny.
Well, thanks, Greg, for being here. Okay. All right, let's check it out. Dude, I am super pumped. Found new vulnerabilities. Fuzzing successful. We should have all 5 of our resources. This is perfect. Now, what's this shield mean? This asset has been service scanned and enumerated. Okay. No vulnerabilities as of right now. It's a ZFeb FP whatever. Looks like an end user workstation. Let us... All right, here we go. Cue the drums. We're going full tilt here. Okay. Now, let's see what's going on. This asset's known vulnerabilities. Default creds enabled. So that means, does this mean that default creds is not available on this machine as a vulnerability, correct?
Green means that you are as researched up as you can be.
Okay, so I can attack this?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure. When it says default creds enabled, it makes me wonder if the server has its default creds enabled.
Right, yeah, that's the vulnerability.
Yeah. So it looks like I can't... I want to DOS these things, but it's not an option.
So what you can do... Well, some vulnerabilities in the game are tied only to certain objectives, like manipulation. So I would say even weak password. Click on weak password. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to use. Yeah, you're gonna have to use a regular vulnerability. That's
Well,
a
I'm
0
gonna
day.
I'm gonna do default creds because I'm not researched on this and I have concerns. If I'm gonna spend all 5 resources
Yeah.
on one attack, I want a higher success. Even though my goal is to take it out, that's gonna bring IR online. They're gonna be focused on putting this fire out while I can continue to be reconning and moving around. So
Yep.
let's go.
Now, keep in mind, you're not doing any sort of stealth, so you didn't prepare a stealth attack, but you can hide your tracks once you get in. So just so you
Okay.
know, because the more you do, the more even denial of service, the more they detect, the more threat intelligence they're going to gather, and so that becomes a direct counter to your objective.
So don't be too noisy.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, baby. Successful attack. Cyber kill chain. This is what I wanted to read. You are now a hacker. Clint, I think I need to get my title updated in the gal to hacker.
Well, yeah, I would say, maybe junior hacker.
Successful attack. There's still a lot of work to do, though, right? This is a win. According to the legend, this asset's been compromised. Let's see what we can do. Cover tracks or scan from here.
Also known as pivoting.
Yeah. So I can do both, it looks like.
I do both. Cover your tracks and then host scan, because if they're monitoring that, they're going to see it. And you did use a 0 day, so the chances of them already knowing
No, I didn't.
how to fix.
That was default creds.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So they haven't fixed default creds yet on their gateway firewall. That's awesome. Good job, AI.
So let's keep going here, unless I feel like we can do a little bit of research on this one workstation here, since we have access to it. Oh, I get pumped up. You're sure of that, Carrie. Okay, here we go. Trucks covered, hopefully. Access cut off. All right, the blue team kicked us out, but we were able to cover our tracks, so hopefully that maybe has less likelihood of detection. Cover up the evidence. Host-based IDS and endpoint protection will have a harder time detecting your presence. Yes. Oh, ooh. So look at all this hot jazz. Okay, so we did have a 0 day on here. I thought it said it kicked us out.
Go to your notifications, top right, exclamation point. Yeah, access cut off. It looks like the blue team managed to kick you out of their internal network somehow, which click close, which means click there. You can still do a host scan. I don't know what they kicked you out of, because you still have access to the firewall. What that means is, if you did have access to anything internal, you would still know about it, but like you wouldn't be able to use any internal pivots. But you don't get kicked out of the firewall, because the firewall is not just internal. That basically means they segmented their network. So
yeah, and you can see the IP addresses have changed.
Yeah.
So
now you can group them by their class, by their.
Yep. So
The second
these
octet,
are all our 109s. These are all our 109s, including this guy. And then this is a 59, which is the same as this guy. Okay. And this is a 109, and this is a 34. Okay. So we don't know what these two are. And what's this guy? Does this have an IP address? 109. Oh, okay. So who knows? That's the main firewall, though. Okay. So we have discovered a lot of stuff. I kind of want to explore what these things are, since the IP address is different. Excuse me. Oh, and I also need to. Well, jeez, what am I gonna do? I feel like this is their corporate infrastructure network. All right, I'm gonna go service enumeration.
Analysis paralysis.
I know. And then, why can't I click on this Windows computer? There we go. Service enumeration. No actions at this time. And then I'm going to do some research. Okay. Let us research. I guess, I mean, whatever. I kind of would prefer a 1-turn thing. I'm looking. They all look like they're 2 days. Oh, weak password is 1 day. There we go. Okay. Ooh, it's giving me the countdown timer, Clint.
Yep.
All right, so elite password cracker. Perfect. This is tongue-in-cheek, obviously, right? Weak passwords and default creds do not make you elite. Okay. Never leave a trace. Okay. Move along. Nothing to see here, people.
What were you saying was tongue-in-cheek with the flavor text?
No, that you're an elite password cracker because weak passwords and default creds.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's funny.
It's a joke.
Okay, here we go. So we got some type of switch or router, excuse me. We got a Windows computer here, and this is a LQ Town workstation in ZFeb. So these naming conventions don't really help me in any way. So let's keep going. Now, Clint, just from a game perspective, does scanning from the firewall again give us any? Is there a possibility of it giving us different information? Because I could see, assets being down, assets not being,
like
I
if
could
they
see
don't,
the
like,
reality.
they may install things later. Like for example, in the server network, there's a big thing is the so two scenarios. If they've already segmented their network, they may not have yet installed a SIM. So that might show up again. Also, but if they're using a flat network, which is not the case now, but if their network was still flat, then they might install things on the broader network. So there's still benefits sometimes to rescanning from something you've already scanned from. Or pivoting.
Yeah, I don't want to reverse engineer anything because that's like a lot of work and a lot of people. Let's do some more research, continue to kind of refine what our opportunities are. We'll do an integer overflow. It is 2 turns, but I'm okay with that. We're going to do service enumeration on this guy. And here, I'm going to just, again, choose a lower number. I don't know if there's any merit to it, but I feel like lower numbers, like sysadmins, domain admins, they typically like to stack. If they can't segment in a subnet, they tend to reserve the lower IP range for devices and make the upper range dynamic.
Yeah, I don't think we've put that level of intelligence. I don't think so into the game. I could be wrong. I remember talking about this with Aaron and talking about putting certain devices in certain IP ranges. We may have done that. I don't remember. I'll have to ask Aaron.
Yeah, you want to be careful though, because for going from simulation to simulation, if you always know that the .25 is the domain admin or domain controller.
Yeah, no, we didn't do any static IPs, but it is reasonable to assume that most people will reserve certain ranges for certain devices.
100%. Okay, so we got another network device, which I'm really keen on. We've got this .34. We got this 109. So this is up here. This is also 109. Let's do a service enumeration on that so we can figure out what that is. This is another Windows computer. Here, I'm like less interested in the Windows computer and more interested in finding like something juicy. So I'm going to spend all my resources to look into these two, this guy, and see what happens.
My Windows computer is juicy. You know what? That can go so many different ways, so many wrong ways. Let's not. Let's just forget I said that.
Okay, let's keep on here. We got some research done. This is good. We're slowly building up our skill set while we're searching. PA router or switch. That's good. Windows Server. Okay, so these are more interesting for me, more juicy, Clint. So let's enumerate this guy. Enumerate this guy. We're going to scan one more device. Again, we don't know until we see like AD or SIM or file server, accounting, payroll server, something like that. We don't know whether or not we're in the AD, the corporate infrastructure, or we're in the OT. But let's just keep going. I'm going to research one more thing while I'm slowly building myself up, kind of randomly choosing things. Let's use Well, research persistence in the cyber kill chain, persistence is pretty important. Like once you pop something, you want to establish a persistence mechanism because you don't want to have to pop it again, especially if they patch it. Okay, so our resources are all used up. We've got a nice little... I feel like we're doing pretty good here, Clint. I'm feeling good about our progress.
Yeah, I mean, well, it depends on your win condition, right? I mean, you need to find some of those juicy targets and start denying them and things like that.
Yep. So we've just found a crown jewel here. We've got the AD server. So instead of continuing to enumerate these devices, I'll do it if I have extra resources. But now I'm interested in DOSing this guy. I don't know why I can't do anything on it. Is it because I can't see, like I can't effectively get to it?
You've done everything that you can do. You need to find vulnerabilities.
Okay.
You've done service enumeration, but you need to now look for vulnerabilities on that. Kind of like our asset inventory exercise this morning, right? You need to know what software is on it. Now that you know what software is on it, now you check for vulnerabilities.
Oh, and that's what this find public vulnerabilities action tree thing is?
Yeah. So yeah.
All right, I got you. Okay, so I'm going to do fuzzing for 2 turns too then.
So it's a kind of a progression from top to bottom. Finding public vulnerabilities is your easiest chance for success, but it only finds public vulnerabilities. Reverse engineering is the far extreme, where it takes more resources, but it digs deeper to find 0 days. And fuzzing is somewhere in between.
Okay, well, maybe knowing that, I probably should have just done fuzzing and not both, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm increasing my chances of getting something useful, so I like that. Okay, I've used all my resources. Let's go. Let's hope for public vulns or fuzzing. I want to take down that AD machine. Okay, guys, couple things that we've seen here. You can see all these legends have showed up. The yellow means that the asset has at least 1 identified vulnerability. The red shield with a crack on it down here is it has 1 research vulnerability. And this this one on fire is straight up not a good situation. Now, I only have 1 resource available, which is unfortunate because I can't attack anything unless I have all 5 of my resources. So that'll be next turn. No. This is gonna take up my resources, isn't it? Dang. 2 more turns? Ain't nobody got time for that. I need to attack this AD server now. Okay. So this is my first mistake. As far as I can tell in the game, this is my first mistake. I didn't strategically plan my assets out. So, dang. All right. Well, let's do service enumeration on this Windows server and hope that the blue team isn't good at their job. Okay, here we go. There's the POP server, aka email, right? Post office protocol for you old timers.
Who uses on-premises email anymore?
I know. Yeah, I know. You know that Microsoft's now offering bug bounty for on-premise Exchange and SharePoint, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is a large oil and gas company, so maybe they do. Who knows?
We have 1 more turn until we get our 2 resources back. So we need to use our 3 resources, but only for 1 turn max. I'm going to do another scan from the main firewall where we'll still own it. And I'm going to service enumerate that and port scan this. I think I'm being incredibly conservative and, a good steward of resources here of our hacker capital.
Yeah, and I think also, I mean, we're still relatively early in the game. We're in the first half of the game still regarding turns. So, you haven't been kicked out yet in terms of the firewall, but I do think that over time, without you making any significant moves one way or the other, just like in real life, that security posture starts to mature and it gets harder for you as the game goes on.
I'm making moves, man, like a snake in the grass. All right, we've finished our research. Maybe I've done enough research, okay? We found another server in the 109 server space. I've got all 5 resources. I'm going YOLO here.
I see that's an Easter egg. I'm going to add that in as an Easter egg, InfoSec Brett.
Yeah, I like that.
That's certainly that could be an IR tabletop inject.
Clint, from a game perspective, does this brain thing indicate that I have done research on this?
That brain thing is a button that you can use to do research directly from there. So if you're like looking at these things, oh, I need to research that, you can do it directly from there. If you click on it, it puts that in the queue to do research.
Okay.
Now it'll take your resources.
This is unfortunate because of all the research I've done, I haven't done anything that's on that Active Directory server, which stinks.
That's quite unlucky.
Yeah, let's look at email. Email is pretty important. Can't do that one. Damn. I mean, the file server's fine, but I don't want to attack the file server. I want to take the AD down. And if I spend all 5 resources to get the file server, then, I definitely announce myself. And man, let me think here. Okay, so I've got to research this. There's just no question. Unfortunately.
Yeah. And see,
what? Go ahead.
I was going to say, and if, normally like you only have 5 resources, but if you would have done things to increase your resources, then you could pop that into research, but still do an attack. But since you still only have the default 5, you won't be able to research and attack.
I'm trying to see really quick here. I only got a minute left. I'm trying to see if there's any attack that is in multiple places. It seems really well distributed, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's complete luck of the draw. We don't have any particular, other than saying some assets types can have certain vulnerabilities. It's completely random how they're distributed.
All right, I'm going to do this 0 day, thinking that we have done a little research, and it'll be harder for them to know because even if they scan it, they won't know that it's got a 0 day. And it's a denial condition, which is what I want to do as my win condition. So we're going all in on this Palo Alto server. Hopefully they think it's operational downtime type thing. All right, the PA server's done. We got all 5 resources.
Not a server. So that's a switch. It's basically the host. It's named that the host is named that way because it's on probably the server network.
I see. Okay. Oh, I can't. Dumbass. So I have. No, get out of here. So I've taken down this server router or switch, which looks like I can now no longer attack my assets. So like I basically DOSed myself from the environment, like a true pro elite hacker. Dummy. Okay. So here's a router. I mean, let's just continue to go YOLO. A denial of service attack on this. Can I do denial on the firewall? No.
That router is probably just inside that firewall, which would have the same effect as if you DOS that router, it'll take down internet connectivity of their entire network, which would start to have an immediate impact on their production and profit and their P&L.
All right, I did it. Let's go. Let's hope. Blue team's got to be confused, responding to things. Oh,
there you go.
Look at this. We're winning so hard right now.
So now we don't have any indication as to what their P&L's doing. In an update very soon, we are going to give insight from the red team on like how your P&L DOS progress is going. But right now, you don't have any you have no idea how much you're affecting their P&L right now.
Yeah, I could see it being an actual activity, like a one hacker, one turn thing where you like hack email to
yeah.
Just as a suggestion. So I can do a little bit of research, but because I've brought them down, I'm DOSing myself as well. So user workstation, it's mostly user workstations that I can attack. This one has these two have more likely chance of nasty vulnerabilities. So I can either do RSP WA 27 or Liquid Town 53. These aren't very good options for me. Here, let's do the. I wish I guess if we were real pen testers, we would be taking good notes. I would like to remember what the vulnerabilities were on the AD server, so I could spend my turn researching them right now.
Can you see? You can click on the shield and still see those.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to do... let's see. I'm looking for one that has multiple values. Okay, so give me a second. Integer overflow. Integer, no, format string error. Okay, whatever. I guess I'll do... I'll just research format string.
Oh, and by the way, I think it's happy Easter coming up this weekend for some of our viewers who celebrate Easter, the Christian holiday, and happy Ramadan to our Muslim friends.
Oh, is that going on right now? Oh, that's awesome.
I think it's right now, or maybe I think it's already started.
Okay, so I've done local file inclusion. I've got 3 things here. Can we... Here. I can't really attack anything. Here, I guess I can research another thing. SQL injection 0 day. There we go. And now we've got 1 hacker, 1 person. Can we change location? I guess we can go to the perimeter.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
You got to start off at the perimeter.
Oh, it costs 3 people. I don't have the
it doesn't cost 3 people to change location.
Oh, it doesn't?
Oh, it costs 3 resources. Yeah, because I mean, you got to buy an Uber, you know, and then you've got to
know where you're going.
Yeah.
Buy an Uber. Okay, I love it. Oh, okay. So again,
we need a better sound. It just sounds like you're doing kind of a cowbell, like a muted cowbell, and we can always use more cowbell. However, we need to have more of kind of like an alert sound there. We always need more cowbell.
Seriously. So how do I increase my level? Is this my rig?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can literally.
So I'm doing all this research.
Button,
I still have one human resource here that
hacker resource.
Hacker resource. Looks like it. Oh, I can do a host scan. There we go. That's worth it. Can't be good.
They have not fixed those denial. I mean, that router is denied, which means it's denying absolutely all internet access to everything on their network. I cannot imagine their P&L is going well right now. They might not know about it. I don't know.
So I mean, at this point,
okay, I got to put this up. Sorry, then you would be walking away with cowbell. So somebody knows the skit.
There we go. Carrie knows what's up. Carrie's got a pun for everything. I love it. All right, I can't do much because, like, literally, these guys, this blue team isn't doing their job. Like, I am literally achieving my goal right now.
Yeah. So, I would say at this point, you have 5 resources. At this point, pivot, go on site if you're not already there. Now you can go on site and start tearing stuff up on site.
Good point. So change location, right?
Yeah.
Where's my, I could upgrade my rig. Oh, there it is. Change location. All right. And I've still got 2. So maybe just do more research.
Yeah. Or create a malicious USB.
Okay. Clint, explain to us what the create malicious USB is. I mean, I know what a malicious USB is, but how does it work in the context of the game?
Yeah, basically it gives you a resource, temporary resource as a malicious USB. So then when you're on site, you can drop it on site.
Well, since I am going on site, this is a good investment.
Yeah, I hope it'll get created before you get on site, though. I think you have to be remote in order to create it. Go and look at your action log. Yeah, you have a failure.
Just scanning the host scan.
Oh,
We're still creating.
Okay.
So that's interesting. My scan didn't work, but
it just means you didn't find anything new.
Well, and I don't know how far I would have got with these things down.
That's very true. Yeah, that was a pointless resource used.
That's fine. it's educational, right? It's educational for me to know. Okay, so I can't do too much because these guys are terrible at their job. But
yeah, the blue team. I think the blue team AI. I don't think it focuses too much appropriately on IR. I think the blue team AI probably needs some tweaking. That said, probably next quarter we're giving the AI an entire upgrade. So,
ooh, that sounds interesting.
where it'll have different. We can have difficulty levels with the AI.
Nice. I like that. Okay, so I cloned an RFID badge since I'm on site, and I've got my malicious USB coming.
What? Oh, you're still. That's weird. Creating malicious USB is kind of stuck at 1 of 2, isn't it?
No. I haven't ended my turn yet. I'm still in that same turn.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm just saying I have also done a Wi-Fi scan and cloning an RFID badge because I'm going on site. I'm ready to. I want to do these things.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right. Oh yeah, look at this. We got our malicious USB drive, so we're ready to pop something. We've been kicked out of our remote on-site location, so that's not good. That's not good. They know about us. We finished our research on it. I was caught.
Got kicked off site.
Yeah, so it looks like Blue Team has decided to invest heavily, because I was there only one turn, heavily in physical security, maybe social engineering awareness training, but they're not very good at incident response because their main router and switch are still down.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, I think that's a Blue Team AI fail.
Yes, that's okay.
They're like, we don't need internet.
It's a red team. It's a red team win right here. This guy.
You know what the thing is? They may not actually know that it's denied right now, and they're like trying to figure out why they can't connect to the internet. They're like, our firewall is working.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to message my friend, most recently coined or most recently minted Dr. John Helmus. I'm going to message him and tell him I'm red team. Yeah, he got his PhD on Friday last week.
Oh, nice.
Or he successfully defended his dissertation. I mean, it's basically the same thing. But
we need to have him on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I want to be red and have him be blue.
He's partly responsible for you coming to work with ThreatGEN.
He is. Yeah, he was there for that stream.
The inaugural stream at Simply Cyber with ThreatGEN. Or the inaugural ThreatGEN Simply Cyber stream.
All right. I just did a denial of service attack on a workstation. That's how bored I am as an attacker. All right, here we go. Dude, I'm hacking the planet.
I would just DOS everything.
I'm trying to. Here we go. Did my action log succeed?
Oh, they cleaned the server router.
I see.
They recovered.
This attack succeeded, so this guy's down.
So they did finally decide to fix their router. Somebody fired, I'm telling you that much.
All right, I'm doing an outdated firmware 0-day attack. Actually, can we do research on that? Where's outdated firmware? Where's outdated firmware? Is it in here?
I think you've already done it. You can only do it once, or maybe no. Oh, outdated firmware. No, I don't think there's the research for outdated firmware. No, there's.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, we're just gonna do it. Here we go. YOLO. Dude, the CISO has either been fired or is drinking Pepto-Bismol by the fistful. Oh yeah, look at this guy. All right, let's attack.
You downed it again. By the way, if this stream runs over into our meeting, we could push our meeting to this afternoon.
Okay,
if you have availability.
Good. I do. All right, let's do outdated firmware. Deny all the things, Clint. I'm getting drunk with power over here. Down.
And I wouldn't be discouraged about going on site again. If you ran out of things to do here, but man, down that Active Directory server, or can you hit it yet?
I can't go, no, because the router. Actually, I'm an idiot. I should have attacked it when the router got back up.
Yeah. So whatever. Go on site now. See if you can go back on site.
All right, and I'll do a research on local file inclusion.
You probably have a better chance if you're going on site. Start researching human SE or human social engineering, and then that will improve your chances on site as you navigate, especially if you drop that USB.
Okay, let's do that.
Oh, I need to make that USB an action button to where you just go click on the USB and it drops it.
Yeah, I did that like almost intuitively.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what made me think about it.
All right, we're on site. What I want to do is, so I've cloned the RFID badge. How do I use this? How do I use this RFID badge?
Well, I'm confused. I don't think it worked for some reason. I think you got kicked off site before it finished. Because because otherwise it would show up in your temporary resources window.
Okay.
That USB.
Well, then let me do research human SE.
Yes, right there. Yep.
Okay, let's go.
How many turns does that take?
2. I've been kicked out immediately.
Yeah, they've got video surveillance kick in or something.
All right. Well, I'm not going back on site. I'm pretty successful at
because every single time they find you on site, they're gathering threat intelligence.
Yeah. So, all right, I guess
we really need some sort of indicator in the game to let you know your progress on a P&L victory when you're doing that, because we're kind of blind. Like, we have no idea how well we're doing on that.
Yeah, and like I'm kind of waiting. Like, I would be happy to spend 1 resource, 1 turn to intercept email or like shoulder surf at Starbucks, something like that. What can I do with 2?
Look at the stocks. If it's a public company.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good. So I can only do here. I can scan again, which isn't going to do any good because everything's down.
Yeah, I wouldn't waste scanning. Do something. I would start maybe covering your tracks if you can. Well, you're kind of.
How about prepare covert attack or spear phishing attack?
Do a spear phishing attack.
Yeah, let's do that then.
I mean, you won't be able to access anything if it's successful.
That's okay.
Now, you know what? See, this is where not being able to stay on site sucks, because the Wi-Fi, if you're on site, Wi-Fi is not affected by the router being down.
Oh, I see. Well, we have 2 resources. It takes 5 to. How much does it cost to hire a new hacker? Because like that's probably where I need to spend my time.
5 maybe, or 4 or 5.
Recruit hackers.
2. Do it.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it because I feel like I'm just like burning resources or hackers each turn just to use them. Okay. Come on. All right, so still down. All our resources are spent, so that's fine. Okay, we're going to wait another turn.
Look at your action log. Something failed. It's flashing red. I don't know. Oh, your spear phishing attack failed.
Okay. Well, sounds like it would have failed anyways. All right, so we've got 3... Here, I'm going to recruit another hacker. There we go. Oh, I can't do it while it's active.
Yeah, you're still recruiting.
Sniff network traffic? No, because I'm trying to do denial of service. Evade network detection? I kind of like that. Let's see what that says. Use evasion techniques on the next attack to avoid detection by sensors. All right. On the next attack? Well, I'm not going to... When they say next attack, does that mean all further attacks or literally the next attack?
Just your next attack. And then it's a one-time use only then.
Well, you know what? Actually, I'll invest in it just because I can, spend it while I got it. And then what are we going to do here with 2 resources? Is there any attack campaign that's kind of focused on... No, that's really more about getting creds and stuff. All right, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. All right. I guess sometimes it's all about the waiting game. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I guess, research again. And we will look up, I think I've seen integer overflows, so let's do that. We have some academic hackers in our, on our team. Okay, so we got additional hackers. That's good. We've got 5 out of 7 now. We can start attacking again. Now the router's back up, Clint. So let's not shoot ourselves in the foot again.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get to it.
Oh, because the switch is down. That doesn't make sense. You would think that the router's connected directly to the firewall, but I guess not.
Yeah, that's okay. All I can do is attack this then. I'll just keep doing it. I'll bang on him. Knocked it right over, dude.
Hey.
Now I got
InfoSec Live.
Hey, what's up, Simon? Simon, I'm practicing right now, learning the techniques on the red side.
Yeah, except you're going to be blue team on Friday.
Yeah, I know, but I'm exploring the scope of what it looks like.
Anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about, catch us this Friday. I don't have a link with the details right here, but catch us this Friday where Jerry will be on one stream as the blue team, playing myself and Simon at InfoSec Live directly as the red team on a separate stream. So it's dual stream. You can watch them both, or just watch.
No stream sniping either. No stream sniping.
Yeah, no, we're gonna use the honor system.
I like it. Sniff network traffic. I mean, I guess I'll do this. Search network traffic for a password. This can only be played once and gives you permanent bonus to password attacks. Okay. I'm going to do it just because I've really got nothing else going on right now, and I don't want my hackers sitting around doing nothing. Can we do... I guess we can do fuzzing. Okay. Here we go.
There we go.
Winner, chicken dinner. Red team wins. Let's see what the win condition was. Their P&L probably went down. Where does it say it, Clint? Like how I won? Oh,
right up top. Company production compromised.
Okay, so this was the win condition that I wanted. I wanted to take down this oil and gas refinery because they're polluting the ozone. I don't like what they're doing to the animals. I'm bringing the entire business to a grinding halt. Denial of service attack style.
Oh, I noticed. Yep, I noticed the bug, but go ahead.
Okay, so I just kind of curious looking at this. So they did request budget 4 times, which is pretty wild. They were given an extra $80,000 and they only spent $73,000. So that's interesting. That's interesting. They had a total of $130,000 and they only spent almost half of it. And they spent a lot of turns requesting budget. So that's kind of silly. Total vulnerabilities 204. They didn't find any vulnerabilities.
They didn't do any vulnerability assessment. That's odd. They spent you know why? They spent so much time beefing up their physical and social engineering security that by the time they were probably going to do vulnerability assessments, you'd already hit the router and they had to start doing IR, which they looked at it.
Yeah, so this is one of those ones, like, in reality, people, sometimes chief information security officers come from different backgrounds, right? This may have been a physical security, law enforcement officer, or someone who did PhysSec as a field engineer, and they focused too heavily on that and didn't give the weight to the other areas of a cybersecurity program, and it really paid off. I mean, I'm not saying this was an easy win, but this was, they weren't fixing the problems that I was causing. So
Yeah.
um,
And they
we
weren't
had 3
gathering
phishing.
intelligence either, because you weren't like trying to be stealthy.
No. I do love this though. Like 7 for 7 on my objective, so I feel really, really good. Also, this is one that I'm particularly proud of as a Type
Yeah.
A control freak. I'm loving near perfect resource utilization.
Hold on, I got to get a screenshot. I'm confused about one thing. Don't do anything. All right, got it. I'm just curious how you can be 3 for 1 for 300% on phishing campaigns.
Yeah. I think I did run phishing campaigns for 3 days, so maybe that's just inverted.
No, that's it's phishing campaigns. Okay, no, you can be 300%, but okay, but here's the thing: you never got one. You never got a successful compromise. But you're saying the credits are saying you did.
Interesting. One other thing that's really worth noting here, even though I smoked this blue team, their threat intelligence score was 89%. If this gets to 100, the game's over for me. They have discovered me and I have lost. So, interesting value right here, right? So, Clint, was this because I was so noisy, not doing covert attacks, not doing 0 days?
Yeah, they were gathering a lot of intelligence. Threat intelligence is a direct threat intelligence win condition is a direct counter win condition to the P&L win condition if you're not being stealthy.
Very interesting. Okay, and then of course you can click the Save Report button down here, which will export to a file, so you can actually go through it if you're going to be using this as like for your team, for a cybersecurity program, a cybersecurity office, information security office, on going through, talking through the decision-making process, why someone did this over that, kind of step back through the game. So these are the results. This is what their environment looked like.
Look at their network, their entire network. All their network connections are gray.
Yeah, that's not good. This one router, right? This one router and the PA right here, really, really messed up their entire world. Now, I am curious where...
Ooh, look at those meters. It was close. 89% on threat intelligence.
Yeah, I was loud and noisy.
If this would have been a 75 turn game instead of 50, and if they would have actually been gathering forensics, you would have been nailed. I just don't think the blue team, regardless of the turns, if the blue team would have been gathering threat intelligence to increase that threat intelligence score more and faster, you wouldn't have won.
Yeah, but I did. So let's put one in the W column. Like, we are keeping track. Because this is being played through the ThreatGEN portal, my record is being captured. So let the record show +1, Jerry.
I agree.
Now, it looks like all of those endpoints I took down were DMZ, remote access workforce, which isn't very valuable in the grand scheme of things, unfortunately. I was basically kind of constrained to this network segment. I was so far away from this industrial control system. I would have had to have gone on site successfully. So, good thing I chose denial of service win condition over a, blowing up the ICS stuff. So, what were they working on? Gathering forensics. So here, like, you could see what they were doing, Clint. Restoring from backups, rebooting assets, requesting budget.
Oh, they're constantly trying to reboot the router, and it wasn't working.
Yep. Gathered a lot of forensics. Oh yeah, they were down for a while. So, all right. Well, good for them, but better for us. That's how I see it. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's ThreatGEN Red versus Blue Let's Play. We'll start advanced promoting the Let's Play, but it will be 11 a.m. on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays as we continue to play and work through this. So, Clint, any final thoughts before we push off?
No, it's good to see you play the red team for a change. And I'm just looking forward to Friday where we get to go head to head. I hope a lot of people show up for that stream and watch the dual stream live. So
yeah, me too. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to have the Simply Cyber community supporting on my side. So I'll have people, helping me out. I hope so. We'll see. All right, Clint, thanks so much. Thanks to everybody who played and stuck around. Carrie, I saw you in there, and Brett, good to see you. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody, take care. Later.